Why, hello there. My name is Freckris, and welcome back to Let's Play Dream Daddy. This is going to be the last episode of Dream Daddy, if I can help it. So we're gonna go on Robert's third date, even though this is going to be the bad end. I'm just curious what the bad end's gonna be. So we're just gonna do that real quick, and then after that, we're gonna start over. It's gonna be a whole lot of skipping. So here we go. I haven't heard from Robert in a while. I guess that's a good thing, but I can't help but kind of miss him. I'm about to go to sleep one night when I hear a knock at the door. Hello?
Oh.
Hey. I look behind me to make sure Amanda's not around. What do you want?
Oh.
I think you know. Yeah, okay, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not sure, like, what should I do? I mean... You know what? Since it's the bad end, I'm gonna go with yeah, okay. Give me 5 minutes. Robert winks at me. I switch some mouthwash, throw on a generous amount of deodorant, and put on some chapstick. Now he's gonna treat me like garbage, but you know what? Sex is really, really good, so I think I'm okay with that. Robert and I go back to his place. And he kicks me out first thing in the morning. Not sure why I expected anything different. I walk home with a heavy heart. I climb back into my own bed, feeling more lonely than I have in a long time. Yeah, I thought that was what was gonna happen. Day complete! Family fun, there's nothing there. Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't think so. Dreamiest daddy, because I got all of them, and knife dad. Alright, so, I figured that was gonna happen. Probably not even gonna see him at the macaroni barbecue. Okay, so there really wasn't anything different. Robert still was like, yeah, you knew what this was. So, that's fine. But we're gonna go back from the beginning, and I think where it starts is moving day. So I'm gonna do that, and I will meet you at the bar, okay? So we'll figure that out from there. Okay, so pretty much, I just gotta say no. Like, I'll walk him to his house and be like, no, just have a nice night. Glad you made it home safe. I mean, I live around here too. So, Robert and I leave the bar and find ourselves walking in the same direction. I live in this cul-de-sac down the way. Does everybody live there? Me too. We just finished unpacking today. Great place to be. Good neighbors. Well, some of them. Who's that? We get to Robert's house, which is just a few houses away from mine. We stop and he turns to me. I don't kiss and tell, Freckris. So are we doing this or what? What?
Hey.
You know, do you want to come inside or not? Wave of realization rushes over me. I blush. No, thank you. I'd better call it a night. Catch you around? Sure. Head home, head buzzing with whiskey. What do you mean by are we gonna do this or not? I plop down on the couch and I'm asleep before I even get a chance to take my shoes off. Oh, I wake up to a text from an unknown number. Rise and shine, early birds. Still want to work out? This is Craig, by the way. Holy crap, it's 6 a.m.? Who does 6 a.m. anymore? Without realizing it, I drift back to sleep. Oh. Oops, must have winked back out. I check my phone again. Hey, bud, still want to get your swole on? I'm ready to tear up the track. Hit me up. God, the last thing I want to do right now is work out. But it's Craig. I do want to catch up. Go back to sleep, go to the gym. Yeah, this is new. Let's go to the gym. Hey, my man, I need a few minutes to wake up, but let's meet in 20. After a few seconds, another text comes in. Sure thing, meet me at the gym. I stretch and my bones creak. I gotta stop falling asleep on the couch. I throw off my blanket and... Hey, wait, I don't remember falling asleep with a blanket. Amanda must have tucked me in after I fell asleep. Bless that child. I reluctantly brush my teeth, throw on the only clothes I own that are even kind of gym appropriate, and head out. I'm still wearing the pantsuit. The neighborhood is quiet and serene this early in the morning. Birds chirp, and the grass is still wet with dew. Surprisingly, the gym is pretty crowded. I spot Craig standing out front, stretching. Of course. He spots me and waves enthusiastically. Hey, bro, good morning. Hey, good to see you, man. Definitely not as pumped up as he is. Maybe I should have had some coffee before I left. You ready to kick some butt? Gotta stay posy. With your help, I am. Help! With your help, I am. I get the feeling this is gonna be less of me kicking butt and more the gym kicking my butt. But I can handle it. I'm sorry, I can handle it with you here. Dude, bro, that means a lot.
Hey.
We head to the gym and I'm immediately intimidated. All these people look like they could break me in half, and it seems like Craig is friends with all of them. He high-fives and finger guns all the cool jocks in the room. They look like they could, and would, steal my lunch money to spend on protein shakes. Come on, bud, let's warm up. We head over to the treadmills and start walking. Okay, I can walk. Walking's good. This is a decent pace to be walking. So, I know we're on treadmills. Yes. And those over there are ellipticals. Very good. What's all this other stuff? Craig laughs. They might look a little scary, but I guarantee that all of them serve a specific purpose for building muscle mass. I watch as a dude on a muscle T flexes a muscle I didn't know existed on a machine I think was once used to process grain into flour. What is that? Why is that guy doing that to himself? That's a good question, bro. What do you think he's doing? Training to crush people's skulls with his thighs, using a medieval torture device, praying to some sort of pain to God. I'm gonna go with the skull crushing, because that's what I would train to do. He's trying to make his thighs so strong that he can crush people's skulls with them?
Bro.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only reason I work out. Oh no, Craig is turning up the speed. I better do the same. How long have you been doing the buff thing? Couple years. And what do you do when you're not dadding or working or buffing? I coach my twin softball team. That still counts as both dadding and buffing. I keep busy. What do you do for fun? I love learning. I try to live my life as close to a Jimmy Buffett song as possible. I check out my hot bod. Yeah, we're gonna sit around and chill out by the pool. The goal is to live life with as few worries as I can muster. The Lost Shaker's salt was a metaphor. A metaphor about what? About not being able to shake salt onto something. It's about needing something specific and not having it nearby. We're jogging now. Oh god, we're jogging now. I look over to Craig, who hasn't even broken a sweat. How is he doing this so effortlessly? I'm dying. I can feel my life force draining through every orifice of my body. Hey, remember when my fish died in college? No, I don't like this story. No. Oh my god, is he really bumping up the speed again? I guess I better do it too. Oh, this is fast. This is very fast. You never worked out before. You should have stayed at the jogging speed, maybe even lower. We were at that party and you vowed to make me feel better. You tell me to create a distraction. So of course I do a sick cake stand and get everyone cheering. And then I try to steal a fish from some fish tank at the party with my bare hands like an idiot. And then you drop the fish and it's flopping around, you panic, so you run up to me post-cake stand with a dying, dirty fish in your hands that you scooped off the ground, and you're yelling at me that we have to leave. So we're running out of the frat party with a fish and trying to give it mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. Wise, a fish, just drop it in some water. And we get him home and get him into a bowl of water, but the prognosis was grim. And the next day he's alive and well. Never did catch the great fish thieves, the Grand Ridge U. And they never will. I shoot off the end of the treadmill and crash into the wall. Jesus, that hurts. Dude, bro, are you okay? Crick offers me a hand and looks me over for injuries. I'm fantastic. Managed to stand up and rub my back. Doesn't hurt now, but I'm sure it will later. You don't have to push yourself like that. Always know your limits. Well, I think I might call our gym adventure here. You sure? Yeah. Alright, well, here, I brought you this. Crick hands me a shaker bottle full of thick green liquid. I stare at it with what must be apparent distaste. It's a protein shake, bro. Oh, thank you. He wants me to drink it. Oh boy, here goes. Tastes like grass. Take a small sip. It's actually delicious. Wow, this is really good.
Hey.
And good for you. It's my special recipe. I'm pretty proud of it.
Hey.
Let me know if you ever want to work out again. Maybe we can try running around the neighborhood if treadmills aren't your speed. No pun intended, bro. Good one. Well, I'm gonna go put some ice on this. All of this. I'll see you around. I leave the gym feeling ashamed. Craig used to order delivery from the pizza place across the street from our dorm, and now he can run circles around me. Literally. Man, I really gotta work on this dad bod. Get home and lie down on the couch. It hurts to move. Oh god, I'm so old. Oh no, I must have fallen asleep. What time is it? Shoot, it's 3:55. I'm supposed to be a man at school in 5 minutes. I frantically put on some clean clothes, apply a generous amount of deodorant, and run out the door. Alright, I meet Mr. Vega. Alright, so this is Mr. Vega. I'm gonna go ahead and skip it. I'll be right back. Okay. So, I'm at the barbecue, where we talked to Robert and Brian. Glance across the yard and notice Robert and Brian chatting over drinks. Man, I don't think I'm gonna deal with being one-upped by Brian, or whatever happened with Robert last night. Oh no, they caught me staring. Oh no, Brian's waving me over. Shoot. I flash a smile and walk over to them. Hey, guys. Freckris, how the heck are ya? Settling into the neighborhood alright? Oh, you betcha. Got the living room in order at least. That's great to hear. I've been doing some living room work as well. Finally got the 50-inch in there. Game looks great in high def. Oh boy. Freckris, have you met Robert yet? Yeah, we met. Robert regards me over his whiskey. Good seeing you again. We were just talking about my most recent camping trip. Spent our night out in the woods with Daisy and Maxwell. She's definitely an outdoorsy one. Even caught her first fish. It's good to see you taking your daughter out like that. I bet she loved it. And it's great she loves the outdoors. Mine loves being inside. Brian raises his eyebrows at me. Being inside making art. She won a local competition for that art. Yep. Did I put it on too strongly? Robert stares at me blankly for a second. Anyway, haven't gone camping in years, not since the last time. Same here. Well, things change once you have Wait, what happened the last time? Robert takes a long sip of whiskey. Well, old Johnny Boy and me were out in the backcountry. Johnny Boy's a strong kid. Met him in my army days. Comes from Kansas. They build him tougher out there. Anyway, things go south pretty quick. Johnny Boy breaks his ankle when the rope bridge snaps. You can see the bone popping out through the skin. Johnny Boy's screaming now, crying for his mama, losing blood. We're 2 days out from the next living soul, and here I am with my dear friend bleeding out in front of me. I'm able to dress the wound, but now I got a fireman carry a 6-foot, 180-pound man over some of the toughest terrain I've ever been in. Won't lie to you, there are a few moments during those 2 days when I thought about leaving old Johnny Boy, but you build a bond with your brothers in arms, and that bond never breaks. I got that boy back to civilization, but I lost some of me out there. I guess that's camping for you. Brian and I stare in disbelief. Robert takes another long sip of whiskey. No, I'm just kidding. My friend John and I went inner tubing down a river, and he lost a flip-flop. Miss that kid. Brian and I laugh nervously. Or am I kidding? Brian and I tense up again. I'm kidding. Phew. Amanda and Daisy barrel up to us, laughing. Daisy is holding a paper plate in front of her like a steering wheel. We gotta get off this haunted truck. Oh no. Oh no, the ghost locked the doors. Quick, hit the emergency escape button. But trucks don't have emergency escape buttons. Then hit the brake, I guess, and then we'll get out of that truck. The imaginary truck. Anyway, we're safe from the ghosts. But how will we ever survive this Arctic tundra? Daisy, you might have to eat me. Are you prepared to do that? I'm prepared to do anything to survive. That's cold-blooded. I like that. Although I'm not sure I have the materials required to properly cook you. You know, that reminds me of the last time I went skiing. Robert! Wait a second, are you guys playing Long Haul Ice Road Paranormal Ghost Truckers? Yeah! Man, and I love that show. It's the best, especially that episode where Caleb hides Flint's keys, and Flint retaliates by breaking an ancient curse's urn and sending the spirit after him. Yeah, it's such a quality reality television. I don't watch a whole lot of television, but I do enjoy that show. That and war documentaries. Alright, Daisy, I found us a couple of bugs. They're gonna make a great meal. Lots of protein. Gotta keep us from starving out here in this harsh, icy wasteland. But there's a whole table of food right over there. Daisy, it's a game. We're playing pretend. It's what kids do. Live a little. Amanda gives Daisy a handful of gummy worms from the snack table. They eat them with mock disgust. Let's go find kindling for a fire. Okay, but not an actual fire. Because we're playing pretend? Now you're getting it. Daisy and Amanda run off. What a cute couple of kids. Man, I've never seen her get along with anyone so quickly. I guess Amanda just sorta has a way with kids. That's kind of amazing. Daisy really doesn't get along with kids her age. It's nice that he's not trying to one-up me this time. Maybe we can have a regular friendship after all. Really? She just kind of keeps to herself. Her teachers say she spends every recess in the library. Think the other kids are intimidated by her intelligence. There it is. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Amanda was shy at Daisy's age too. She used to have a habit of crawling under tables and crying every time we took her to a restaurant. She bit people too. Oh, kids, right? Gotta love them. You're required to by law. I hear that. Well, since they're getting along so well, maybe we should try to put together a little play date for them. They do seem to get along really well, but the thought of continually hearing about all of Brian's accomplishments is rough. Yeah, that'd be nice. Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time, so go meet some of the rest of the other fellas. And I just bleh. Alright, so then it's just gonna be the rest of the barbecue. So again, be right back. Hopefully I'll be at Dad Book next.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Alright, I've got dads. So we're back around to Dad Book. That took some time. Let me save real quick. Yeah. Alright. So, first day with Robert. Here we go. Alright. Robert was pretty nice, a little odd, but nice, and ruggedly handsome. We should hang out. I type out a message to him on Dad Book. Hey Robert, good seeing you again at the cookout. Wanna grab a drink? Sit for a couple seconds, hoping he'll message me back. Hey, it says that he read my message. I anxiously wait for a response. Twiddle my thumbs. I watched cat videos last time, I'll twiddle my thumbs this time. Hey, this is kind of enjoyable. Look at those thumbs go. They're just twiddling away, doing those twiddles. So many twiddles. They sure are twiddling. Wonder if Robert has replied yet. He still has not responded. I guess I will twiddle my thumbs some more. Look at him go. I'm becoming an expert twiddler. Fuck, my thumbs are tired. Alright, I guess I gotta watch cat videos. After all that twiddling, I'd basically forgotten about Robert. I decided to start down a rabbit hole of cat videos. Didn't realize how long I've been doing this, but by the time I watch maybe the 30th cat video, Robert pops back into my head. I jump back over to Dad Book, see if he has responded yet. Still nothing. Well, I guess the guy's busy. Might as well make the best of my day. Get up, walk to the living room, then sit down, turn on the TV. We did the game show last time, didn't we? I guess let's go with history. Ooh, Naked and Afraid, catching the deadliest ancient aliens is on. I'm so cold, I'm so scared. At this rate, I don't think we're gonna catch these aliens by day 50. I'm having trouble following this. Ancient astronaut theorists predict that being naked makes you 10 times more likely to find ancient aliens. Some suggest that aliens are fascinated with the human physique, but most notably the butt. Cam back. I lose several hours to whatever the hell that was. Sighing, I get back up and walk around the house. My stomach grumbles. Time for lunch. Huh. Well, I guess it's time for old Chef Doozer to cook a gourmet delicacy. Walk over to the refrigerator, open the door. Microwave some eggs? Mustard jar. Why would you microwave some eggs? I understand cooking them up, but microwave? I made a sandwich last time, so let's microwave some eggs. Seems easy enough. Put some eggs in the microwave and set the timer. What kind of eggs am I looking for? 1 minute's just gonna be a really hot egg. 3 minutes is gonna be a boiling egg, and 17 minutes, if it doesn't explode, might give you a hard-boiled egg. These are all bad options. These are bad ideas. Let's go with 3 minutes, the median. These eggs taste like I got them out of a vending machine for $1. Rubber bouncy balls. Finish my snack and walk around the house for some more. Bored. When's Amanda coming home? Oh, I just remembered something. When we were packing up the old house, we found an old basketball hoop. Okay, we did this. Well, you probably just got a message. Man, I walk over to the computer and check Dad Book. It's a message from Robert. You up? What you doing? What does that mean? What you doing? What am I doing? You're just chilling. I'm just chilling, watching television with my daughter, just working on my motorcycle. I'm just chilling. I type back just chilling. Amanda leads the G and hits send. That'll make you look cooler. A couple moments pass by, another message pops up. Yes! Wanna grab a drink? Hey, that means he wants to hang out! I know what that means, Amanda. But it's kinda late. Huh. Come on, Pops, live a little. I am living, with ice cream and traumatized toddlers. Well, it's your life, but I think you'd have a lot of fun tonight. You are trying to get to know the neighbors better, aren't you? Fine. Type back a message to Robert asking him for details, and he tells me to meet him at Jim and Kim's. Well, don't wait up for me. I never do. Throw on a nice jacket and run out the door. It's only a short walk to Jim and Kim's, and it's a beautiful night. Walk into the bar and see the usual crowd of barflies drinking beer and watching sports. I spot Robert at the back of the bar and wave hi as I walk over. Hey man, how's it going? Hey buddy. Oh, hi there, Skipper. Robert and Mary here? Uh-oh. I brought Mary along. Figured we needed a drinking buddy. Oh man, I was excited to get to know Robert a little better. Now I have to deal with this weird married lady making passes at me. Don't look so scared, kiddo. We're just having a drink. Yeah, speaking of which, I think it's time for the first round. What are you having? Something tropical? Whiskey? Good God. I guess I'll just go with whiskey. A dad after my own heart. Robert orders 3 shots of whiskey and passes them between us. Well, this wasn't how I expected my night to be going. Here's to bad decisions and relaxed moral values, fellas. What have I gotten myself into? We all knock back the shots. I almost choke on the whiskey as it burns down my throat. Holy hell, that was a kick. I look over at Robert and Mary, who seem like old pros at this. Robert grabs his jacket and throws it on. Let's get marching. What? Oh. Night's young, Chief. Come on, we're bar hopping. Oh, alright. We leave the bar and start walking down the street. I still don't know this area of town very well, so I just follow Robert. So where are we headed? Irish I were drinking. It's an Irish pub. Good pun is the whiskey to my heart. Puns are the lowest form of humor, Freckris. Try harder. Ouch, am I gonna be the butt of the joke all night? Jesus, Mary, put your fangs away for a second. Walk into Irish I were drinking. The bar is pretty much the same as Jim and Kim's, except for the old-timey Irish memorabilia on the wall. Next round, what are you having? Whiskey hasn't failed me yet. Do they make fruity Irish cocktails? Should I go whiskey all night? I'm gonna black out if I do. I'll do 2 shots of whiskey and then we'll stick with beer for the rest of the night. That's what I would do personally. Let's do it. Robert orders 3 more glasses of whiskey and we post up in garish green booth. Mary slides in and sidles up next to Robert, which makes me breathe a sigh of relief. Let's sip this one, why don't we? Suit yourself. Mary immediately downs her shot in one gulp and burps loudly. That'll put hair on your chest. You are truly the paragon of grace and beauty. Mary grabs my drink and sips on it. Hey, that's mine! Freckris, be a dear and get us another round, will ya? I don't know how to process this evening at all. I get up and order another round of drinks from the bartender. As I head back, I see Mary and Robert having a lively conversation. Robert roars with laughter. I don't think I've ever seen the guy smile, let alone laugh. I take a seat across the booth from them and pass out the drinks. So, Edith's kid snuck some pot brownies into the table at the last bake sale, right? And I spot the little hemp sweatshirted gremlin in the act. So, I go up to Edith and with the baggie, and I'm about to tell her when all of a sudden, she just freaks out at me. You're ruining the bake sale, she says. I should have been a PTA president. Your roots are bad, and blah, blah, blah. So what'd you do? I told her to have a brownie and that everything was gonna be fine. They both erupt in laughter. I politely follow along with the story. She ate 3. More laughter. Okay, that was actually pretty funny. She called the cops and told them that time had stopped. Mary looks directly at me. Do you smoke weed? What?
Hey.
You know, the devil's lettuce. I have 2 big fat blunts in my purse right now. Want a blaze? What? No, I'm a law-abiding citizen. You with the feds? Are you a cop? Just what? No. Me personally, I've never done it, so I don't care. I just don't. Not my thing. I'm already a little weird, so just I don't like when reality gets away from me, so I don't like doing that. I'm just gonna go, what? No. I can't believe you would. Oh. I don't even know how you... This is a preposterous... Robert giggles helplessly.
Hey.
I'm just kidding, cowboy. Lay off the kid, Mary. He might not be used to your brand of humor. Fine, fine. We sit around and sip our drinks, people watching and cracking jokes. After a little bit of time, I begin to warm up to Mary. Her jokes become much funnier and much less scary. But it seems like she's not going anywhere anytime soon. I just wanted to be some alone time with Robert. I wonder if I can get her to leave somehow. Isn't Joseph wondering where you are? Lots of eligible bachelors around here, huh? Could you start the next round? You trying to ditch me, pal? No. Because if you're trying to ditch me, you can just tell me to scram. No, it's fine. Freckris wants alone time with his new best buddy, Robert. Read you loud and clear. The wingman breaks formation to pursue their prey.
Hey.
Now, if you fellas will excuse me, Mary needs to sink her teeth into a helpless boy. Go with God. Nice seeing you. Deuces, nerds. Mary gets up and saunters over to a younger-looking guy at the bar. She grows on you. Does she, though? I feel like she kind of delights in making men suffer. Well, she does. But what about her and Joseph? What about him? You know, they're married, and she's definitely tried to get into my pants the other night, and I gestured to her across the bar where she's making goo-goo eyes at that young guy from before. He looks like he's being held hostage. Oh no. Oh, that's just the thing she does. She's harmless. Tell that to the boy she's hanging off of. Poor kid looks like he's seen war. Robert lets out a hearty laugh. Hey, I got him to laugh. Aw, man, you know, I pegged you for one of those straight-laced types. Oh, don't worry, I got pretty wild back in my day. Still got a little wild in you? You know it. There's so much wild. I have a child I need to care for. You know it. Robert orders a couple more rounds of shots. I gulp. What am I getting myself into? Think you can go shot for shot? No. It's only one way to look cool here. I grab the shot closest to me and down it. Robert looks impressed. He takes his shot and knocks it back. That's one. So, what do I even talk about? He's so cool and he probably hates small talk. So how are things? I hate small talk. Damn, I was right. Okay. Too many people, and this isn't necessarily you, but too many people think that they have to fill the dead air with noise. Personally, I think they're afraid of the silence, or they're afraid of what the other person is going to think of the silence. If you want some unsolicited advice, just learn to be comfortable with silence. Nothing wrong with 2 people sitting in silence and drinking whiskey. Oh, alright.
Hey.
Robert and I sit in silence and drink whiskey. I take in the rest of the bar. Patrons laughing, playing darts, spilling beer. Mary giving the hard sell to that young man. That young man pretending he's got a phone call from one of his friends. Maybe silence is nice sometimes. So, you ever kill a man? I mean... No. No, I don't think so. Excuse me? You know, watch the life drain from someone's eyes. It's not just their life, you know, it's their hopes and dreams draining away. Every memory and experience they've ever had, gone. No. Great, me neither. Robert knocks back his shot and motions for me to do the same. I reciprocate. I'm just messing with you, relax. I laugh nervously. Or am I? I laugh nervously, again. We sip more whiskey and people watch some more. Mary has her sights set on another man after the other one excused himself to the bathroom and I assume crawled out of the window. Gosh, this whiskey's hitting me hard. You betcha. Robert gets up out of the booth, shouldering his jacket. Let's roll! Sorry, whiskey, inside voices.
I...
Let's roll. Wait, what about Mary? Brother, Mary's gonna be just fine. I look over at Mary, who's lying on the bar in front of some poor sap. She's singing happy birthday to him while he insists that it is not his birthday. We make our way out of the bar and back onto the street. I'm trying my hardest not to stumble, but man, that sidewalk is just coming right at me. I hope Robert doesn't notice me tripping over my own feet like this is the first time I've ever been drunk. Where to? You'll see. Follow Robert through street lamp spotlights until we eventually arrive at a rundown strip mall. There's a beauty salon, a sex shop, a computer repair store that looks like it's been closed for 10 years, and finally, a liquor store. Wait here, I'll be right back. After a minute, Robert returns with 2 wine bottles in brown paper bags. He hands one to me. Cheers. He sits on a curb and drinks. He motions for me to do the same. This is really not where I expected the night to go. I take a sip. White Zin? Ugh. Gross. Go with Merlot, man. A man's drink. Let me tell ya. What? Nothing. I just wasn't expecting... It's delicious, fruity, and refreshing. Don't judge me. I start to say something, think of his lecture about valuing silence earlier, and stop. I sip on my wine and watch cars drive by. Let's throw rocks at shit. What? Robert suddenly hurls a rock at a stop sign. The ding echoes through the empty parking lot. That felt good. He presses a stone into my free hand. Now you try. I don't know. With feeling. I look at the rock in my hand and look at the stop sign. Back at the rock, back at the stop sign. I know what has to be done. I got a problem with authority. I'm sorry. This one's for you, Pappy. Pappy? This is for you, Dad. I have unresolved resentments toward my father, and I'm going to express it through property damage. I hurl the rock at the sign. It sails over the stop sign right into the window of a parked car, leaving a crack. Oops. Dude, run! I leap up and dart into the nearest alley, wine in hand. I can hear Robert's footsteps behind me. After I'm sure I'm far enough away from the cracked window that I'm no longer culpable for this heinous crime, I stop to catch my breath. Maybe we strike rock throwing from the to-do list. We just check it off. We did it. It's done. Good. Agreed. Suddenly my stomach growls. Oh man, I am starving. Let's get pizza. Whiskey, wine, pizza. Sounds like heartburn, man. Can't argue with that. What's good around here? Actually, I don't even care if it's good. It just needs to be edible and in my mouth in the next 5 minutes. So it has to be a ready place, so it's like Little Caesars or something. Not sponsored by Little Caesars. I know just the place. I follow Robert through a maze of alleys and side streets until we eventually end up in front of the tiny hole-in-the-wall pizza joint. The bright red neon sign reads, Pete's Pizza Pizza. Ugh, say that 3 times fast. Ta-da! I can see a few exhausted-looking workers behind the counter, tossing dough and pulling piping hot pizzas right out of the stone ovens. My stomach rumbles again. We go up to the counter, and I get ready to order. Can I get 2 slices of Hawaiian pizza? Oh wait, Freckris, you're cool with pineapple on your pizza, right? Fuck yeah, I am! If you guys don't like pineapple on your pizza, you're missing out. But I mean, I guess it's cool, whatever. You don't mind? Yes, of course, I love it. We wait a minute for our pizza and come out of the oven. I'm practically drooling at the smell. The cashier hands us each a giant slice on a paper plate so saturated with grease that I'm worried it will fall apart. We take our pizzas outside and wander through the alleyways as we eat. Yeah, actually, my favorite pizza is ham, pineapple, black olives, and I dip it in ranch because I'm a terrible person, but it's delicious. Fuck you. I take a bite. It's absolutely delicious. Pineapple is truly the best pizza topping. You said it. Man, I feel way better now. You and me both. We hear noise coming out of a slightly ajar door in the alleyway. Robert looks at me excitedly. Got any more of that wild in ya? You betcha. I'm so tired, but I love my daughter and I should go home and make sure she's alright. What are we doing? What's in the cracked door? I don't understand. What is that? Takeout? Is it a duck? I don't know what that is. Up in the trash can. Let's go. You betcha. Good on ya. Robert and I slide the door open and peek inside. It's completely dark except for some flickering light. We slowly creep forward, cautious not to be heard or seen. Shh. Don't shush me so loud. Shh. We come to the end of the hallway to find ourselves standing in front of a movie screen. Oh, this suddenly makes sense. Did we really just sneak into a movie theater like a couple of teenagers? No talking during the movie. We look into the audience and are surprised to find it's almost completely empty, save for a row of a few teenagers in front. They look annoyed when they notice us. Robert starts making his way to the very back of the theater and I follow him. We settle in with our wines and try to make sense of this movie. It's a romantic comedy, I think. Young man is frantically trying to get through New York to find the woman that he's finally realized he's in love with. Kiss already! There's nobody to kiss yet. You want him to kiss the taxi driver? Hell yeah! Kids down the way notice us heckling. One of them speaks up. Hey man, keep it down. Oh damn, it's Ernest Hemingway, Hugo's kid. Ernest, hey Ernest, I know you. It's me, your neighbor. Hi. Am I that drunk? Ernest turns back around, embarrassed. I turn back to Robert. He kiss anyone yet? Turns out that yes, he did kiss someone. He made his way out to a tiny island near New York to profess his love to a woman who for some reason he knew would be there. She tells him that they hit the jackpot. He said that they had, but I think there was some subtext I'm missing here. Boo, love is dead. Shut up, it's beautiful. No, you shut up. You tell me what to do. I'm older than you. I'm drunk. Screw you. Ernest grumbles. The credits start to roll. I stand up. Ryder immediately pulls me back down. Hundreds of people worked very hard to make this film happen, and you're gonna sit here and appreciate them. Oh, okay. That's fine. Maybe there's a post-credit scene. I don't know. Look at that, Elizabeth Shelton. She worked really hard. I bet she did lots of good, wardrobe design. Thank you, Elizabeth Shelton, for this beautiful film-going experience. And Peter Anders, catering, fed a bunch of people so they could have the energy to do their jobs. What a guy. We let the credits roll while Robert individually thanks every member of the crew. I don't think every member, but as many as he can see scroll up the screen. Once it's finally over and he makes sure no animals were harmed in the making of this film, we leave the movie theater. We stumble into the theater parking lot, polishing off the rest of our wine. Hey, assholes. Out of nowhere, a rock flies through the air and hits me in the knee. Ow. My knee, what the hell? Ernest and his friends stand in the alleyway, blocking our exit. What do you guys want? Why'd you go and throw a rock at my knee? This is my good knee. My orthopedist is gonna be pissed. Ernest tossed another rock up and down in his hands. What's wrong with this kid? You ruined my theater-going experience. Now you have to pay. Oh, well, I don't have any cash on me right now, and, movies got really expensive. Ernest hucks another rock at my other knee. I'm able to jump out of the way, but I didn't properly stretch before physical activity, and I'm probably gonna feel super sore in the morning. He ruined it for you? That movie was pretty crappy in the first place. Hey, you take that back. That was a beautiful love story with really genuine acting. You call that good acting? What classical mainstream slop have you been served your entire life? What? Have you ever seen any Michael Powell, Matter of Life and Death, 1946? Easily the toughest 5 minutes you'll ever witness. 5 minutes? Oh, of love you'll ever witness. Listen, man. No, you listen. That popcorn-ass drivel the mass media is shoving down your throat will only make you dumber and sadder. You, of all people, should strive for a higher standard in the art you consume. Your name is Ernest Hemingway, for Christ's sakes. No, now you've done it. Ernest rushes Robert, screaming like a banshee. Ah! I dive between Ernest and Robert, trying to stop the kid. He lunges forward, kicking me as hard as he can in the knee. What's with you and my knees? Fuck, my knee! Robert gets in between Ernest and myself, and it's as if he's seeing red. Fuck, my fucking knee hurts.
My friend.
Whoa, hey, whoa. Alright, buddy, you talk like punk, get hit like a punk. Robert squares up in the boxer stance. He's ready, pugilist shit. Queensberry rules, 3-minute rounds with 1 minute rest in between. No low blows, fish hooks, J grabs, or high blows. What? And don't even think about pulling a legal turnstile. That's an automatic deduction of 3 points. Points?
How dare you?
You'll have to designate a second if you're unable to fulfill your role as main duelist. One of your friends over there looks like he has enough youthful vivacity to handle it. Hey, my man, I don't want to get dragged into this. That movie sucked. It's too late. You two are bloodbound. If he dies, you die. Sorry, I don't make the rules. Talking to Queensberry. We're just gonna go. Ernest and his friends warily back away. Robert calls after them. The Queensberry Association will hear about this and consume better content. Once the teens are safely out of earshot, Robert turns to me. Were you about to actually fight that kid? Are you kidding me? I would never hit a child. That would be despicable. You throw the rules at them, though. They always bolt. Nobody wants a Queensberry sanctioned throwdown. But full disclosure, I made half that up. Cool. See, you don't even have to know the rules. You just make them up. Come on, let's get out of here. Robert and I cool down a bit as we walk back to the neighborhood. I'm so sorry. I get really into the art of filmmaking when I drink. It's okay. I think it's cool how much you like movies. To be honest, I don't know a lot about them myself. Buddy, I got so much to show you. You ever seen any Sam Fuller? Maybe? I don't know. Probably not. I haven't. Fuller is cash. Thanks for defending my honor. Thanks for dinner and a movie. Thanks for the adventure. Dang. Thanks for all of this. This is just... I would thank you for everything, personally. Thanks for dinner and a movie. I liked all of... these are all three good thank yous. Adventure. Adventure's all I got, buddy. Robert throws an arm around my shoulder and we drunkenly belt out tunes all the way back. We finally get to his doorstep. This was an interesting night. I liked it. A smile forms on his cheeks, a rare sight. Let's hang again soon, yeah? Yeah. I linger there for a second, swaying drunkenly in the night breeze. Robert claps me on the shoulder. Night, bud. Robert heads back inside, and I stumble my way back home. Alright, first date. How'd I do? Whiskey, also whiskey. Hey, look, I got points going on, actually.
I'm lost in your oceanic eyes.
Thanks. They're not oceanic at all. They're just brown. But okay. Okay. Simple enough. Date number 2. Had a lot of fun with Robert the last time we hung out, but I'm beginning to wonder if he's dodging me. I've tried messaging him a few times, and Deadbook says he hasn't even read them. Haven't even seen him come out of his house, actually. I decide to send him one last message, figuring that this will produce the same result. Hey man, don't know where you've been, but we should grab a drink soon. I walk away from my computer because at this point I know he's not messaging me back anytime soon. Linger in the kitchen, I'm all caught up on work, but the house is relatively clean. Maybe I should go do something nice for Amanda. I'll bake her favorite pie. Root through the pantry, pull out all the ingredients. I've already done this. Rest of the evening trickles by, we eat dinner, I help Amanda with one of her scholarship applications, and we both start getting ready for bed. Decide to check Dadbook one last time before I climb into bed. Still nothing from Robert. Huh, hope he's okay. Turn out the lights and lie down. Bloop. Hey. Freckris. Hey. Hey, Freckris. Hey, I'm outside. Whoa, come outside. What is that? I was just on the very verge of falling asleep. Climb out of bed and try to identify the source of the dinging. My computer screen illuminates the dark room. I walk over to it, ready to turn it off when I notice what's happening on screen. Don't make me honk. I will honk. Get out here. I look out my window, and sure enough, there's Robert leaning up against his pickup truck in the driveway. Yeah, don't honk. I have a child that's trying to sleep. I open my door to try and figure out what's going on. Hey. Hey? Wanna hang? I was kinda sleeping. That's no fun. Come hang out. I would argue that sleeping is very fun, but I don't have to be anywhere in the morning. Might as well live a little. Sure. Cool. You plan on going out like that? I look down and realize that I am, in fact, not wearing pants. I mean, I don't mind. Right, one sec. Run outside and throw on my going out pants, shoes, and a jacket. I grab my keys and meet Robert back outside. Ready? Ready. Hop in. Jump into the passenger seat of his old red pickup truck. I have to move a few empty cigarette packets and a gas station receipts out of the way before I can sit. I can't be with anybody that doesn't keep their stuff clean, man. Robert silently starts the car as we drive out of the cul-de-sac. You like Tom Waits? I don't know who that is, but you play him, I guess. Love Tom Waits. Tom who? Hoist that rag, baby. I don't know what that means. Just I love him. Fine. Good. We'll do that. I look. Before I can answer, Robert turns up the radio. Yep, that's Tom Waits, right? All right. He lights a cigarette and cracks the windows. We drive together in silence. So, where are we going? Robert doesn't respond. Robert? Oh, I heard you. He still doesn't answer my question. I look out the window and notice that Robert's taking us to the highway. I twiddle my thumbs. Well, whatever I've gotten myself into, it looks like I'm in it for the night. I settle into my seat and watch streetlights pass by. I love this little, raptor on a skateboard, dude. I glance over to Robert, who's driving intently. He looks tired, as he always does, but there's something a bit more there that I just can't place. Are you okay? I like your car. Say nothing. I remember what Robert said about hating small talk, and I decide to keep my mouth shut. He notices me staring. Stop looking so nervous. I'm not nervous. I'm a little nervous. Just hang on, we're almost there. Okay, almost where? I have no idea where we are. I think we're moving at a slight incline, but I'm not so sure. We eventually come to a stop. Robert gets out of his car, and I sit for a second, unsure if he wants me to get out too. What are you waiting for? I hastily exit the car. Robert sits on the bed of his truck and pats the space next to him. I sit down and take in the view. We're on a hill overlooking the city skyline. Against the bay, the cool night air rustles some trees near us as lights blink in the distance. Off to the side, I can see an entrance to a dense forest. Man, it's also gorgeous. This is where I come to masturbate. Thanks for sharing. Appreciate that. What? I'm kidding. What's wrong with you? This is my little spot where I come to think. It's nice. You can see the whole city from up here. Really gives you some perspective. Robert reaches behind him and pulls something out from under his jacket. It glints in the moonlight and I suddenly realize what it is. Oh shit, that's a knife. Oh. Please don't stab me. Robert reaches into his pocket and pulls out a small piece of wood. Please don't stab me with that either. Robert takes the knife to the piece of wood and starts carving at it.
No.
Oh, I breathe a very audible sigh of relief as Robert looks at me sideways. Do you think I was gonna stab you just now? What? No. I hate to break it to you, but I did, in fact, bring you out here to harvest your organs. Oh, well, I mean, whittle me something pretty first, I guess. No. Laugh. Play along. I'm gonna laugh. I laugh. That's nervous laughter, not funny laughter. Ah, shit! Why does this keep happening to me? Haha, I'm having a great time. Robert reaches into his pocket and pulls out a folding knife that he opens and hands to me. I'm gonna warn you, the last guy I had a knife fight with lost 3 fingers because he didn't know the 8 basic rules of knife fighting. You're familiar, correct? No! I honestly can't tell when you're joking. So many levels of irony deep that I've forgotten what humor is. He and I laugh. Have you ever whittled before? Considering I'm not a grandpa, no.
Oh.
What do you mean by that? Well, I just thought that you would have a block of wood shipped to you along with your first social security check. Oh, it just comes with the package. Congratulations, you're a grandpa. Here's your whittling wood. Oh, Freckris, I'll have you know that whittling is a time-honored tradition enjoyed by both young and old alike. That you're dismissing it before you've even tried it speaks volumes about your character. However, because I've gotten to know you for some time and have come to think of us as friends, I'm willing to attribute it to ignorance instead of malice. Thank you. What I'm trying to say is, go get that stick. Robert motions to a good-looking stick on the ground, perfect for potential whittling. I pick it up. Most important thing to remember while whittling is to cut with the grain, not against it. If you cut against the grain, the wood is going to splinter. Isn't the most important thing safety? Nah. No. Getting hurt comes with the territory. Look at my damn hands. You got a hand tattoo. I look at his damn hands. They're calloused and covered with little white scars. They are very nice hands. They are very working hands. Can't make a stick omelet with breaking a few hand eggs. Hand egg? He does football. Uh-oh.
Knife that wood.
Oh, I'm gonna knife it so good. Where's the wood, though? Oh. I made a stick. Oh, that's a good stick. That's a good, what is it? It's a knitting needle. A sharp stick. It's a pencil. I'm gonna go with knitting needle. But only one? Yeah, I gotta make another one. You made a useless knitting needle. I made a skewer. Can I make another one? I made a popsicle stick. Tell me about this one. Popsicle stick. Tongue depressor flatworm. Yeah, it's an animal. Gross. You made a flatworm. That is obviously a popsicle stick. Alright. Oh, that's a toothpick. It's a story here. Toothpick, bubble popper. Something to make me look tougher. Not it's putting a lot on that little toothpick. It's working. I think you take me in a fight, probably. Maybe. You made a tough guy accessory. I love it. Oh, let me make another thing. What else am I making? I made an egg. What's this? Chicken nugget. I don't know. Ouija board planchette. It's a chicken nugget. That's a chicken nugget. Please don't eat that. You made Robert uncomfortable. I made a chicken. Nice form. What's it supposed to be? A self-portrait, Louisiana. It's you. You're a chicken. You. You really captured my likeness. I'm impressed. You made Robert, I guess. I fucking love this. I made a stick. Interesting. What do we have here? Chopstick righty, chopstick lefty, chopstick ambidextrous. Made another knitting needle. Gotta have two. Well, I'm a right-handed person, so it's a right-handed chopstick. It's a stick. You made chopstick righty. I love this. Okay, I got a bigger block of wood now. Now I can make something really good. I can't move left and right, I'm just moving up and down. But I'm doing it in the proper motion so that I don't fuck it up. Oh, that's nice. What is that? Swan, duck, new friend. It's definitely a duck. Maybe next time you can carve up some wooden bread crusts to feed him. You made a cool duck. I'm glad. I made a cool duck. Alright, alright. Spend the whole night creating. This is my kind of thing. That's not how that works. There's a horsey. Beautiful handwork. What do you call it? Big old dog. Look at that big old doggo. That strange dog. Spirit of the Mustang, Sir Horsington the Brave, after my daughter. Brave and noble name for a brave and noble creature. Beautiful gift for Amanda. Yes! I'm learning. Robert and I sit in silence for a while, carving our pieces of wood. I think I'm getting the hang of this. It's actually kind of relaxing. I glance over to see what Robert's working on. He's carving a smaller wooden knife. Ah! While I'm distracted, the knife slices into my thumb. Blood gushes all over my little wooden carving. Robert is lost in carving and doesn't notice me bleeding everywhere. Robert still doesn't notice. Robert, I'm dying. I'm bleeding to death. Robert finally looks over. He reaches into his jacket again. Jesus, how much stuff does this guy keep in there? He pulls out a red bandana, wraps it around my thumb. Hold tight. Hops off the truck, and I can hear him rummaging around his car. He comes back a moment later with a well-stocked first aid kit. Robert carefully wipes all the blood off of my hand and swipes a bit of antiseptic into the cut. With surprising gentleness, he places a bit of gauze on the wound and wraps it all up. You okay? Yeah, I'm good. He hands me what's left of the tube of antiseptic. Make sure to keep that cut clean. It's oddly touching and a little sexy. Guess I'm a real whittler now. That you are. Be careful though, they're attracted to the smell of blood. Wait, what? What's attracted to the smell of blood? Cryptids. Tons of them out here, you know. Cryptids? Like Mothman and stuff? Mothman is bullshit, but yeah, this town's a hotbed for cryptozoological occurrences. You're joking. Oh, how I wish I were. I'm a skeptic myself, or at least I thought I was. There are things in these woods that we can't possibly comprehend. I think about my entire time in this city. Aside from the occasional striped coyote, I don't think it's too bad. You ever hear of the Dover ghost? I don't think so. Tell me about him.
Oh.
Well, let me tell you a story. I was out in the woods here on a weekend, camping trick with Betsy. You don't know Betsy, but she's a big pup, pit bull, real intimidating. I feel safe around her. First night goes without incident. I get some solitude, Betsy gets to pee wherever she wants, all good stuff. Second day, I get the idea into my head that I can hike deeper into the woods, probably against my better judgment, but hey, we're just having a fun camping trip, right? So me and Betsy start marching in the morning. Gets a little late and we set up camp, but it's different this night. Real quiet. I can't hear the birds, crickets, squirrels, nothing. Dead silent. Then it happens. I hear the most unholy growl I've ever heard in my life, right outside my tent. Me and Betsy, we go to investigate. We look around the clearing, nobody's there. But there's this feeling, not sure if I can quite describe it. I know something, is watching us. Betsy, though, she's scared. Never seen her like that. And when she's scared, I know that I should be too. Then I see it in the distance. A man, but if something that didn't know what a man was supposed to look like made it, just looked wrong. Big arms, too long for its body, black eyes, it just stood there and stared at me. Then it disappears. I hear one yell from Betsy and I turn around to check on her, but she's gone, into thin air. I didn't sleep at all in my tent that night, and I don't think I've slept right since. That's terrible. Wow, Robert. I'm so sorry. They said that if you listen closely on quiet nights just like tonight, you can hear the howl of the Dover ghost. I'm listening, I guess. Howl resonates through the woods. It doesn't sound like a regular howl. It's so guttural, even from far away. Something about it makes my skin crawl. Okay, Robert, real funny. I turn to look at Robert. He's white as a sheet. You're messing with me, right? I was messing with you up until literally just now. I totally made that camping story up. I strain my eyes to scan the forest line, trying to see where the howl originated from. Off in the distance, I see something. It's so far away I can barely make out a shape. Looks human, but it's dragging something. Do you see that? We should go.
Really?
Robert and I slowly back away and get in the truck. He turns off his headlights and we make a slow crawl away back onto the road. I'm too scared to look back. What was that? The Dover ghost, I guess. I chuckle nervously. This time it doesn't seem like he's messing with me. Or maybe someone illegally dumping garbage on a wildlife preserve? I hope. Yeah, that's the story we'll tell ourselves. We sit in silence for a little while longer, the fear of whatever that was slowly subsiding as we get closer to the city. Thanks for coming out. This was fun.
Oh?
Sorry I haven't been in touch. I've just been away lately. I had to get out of the house. Been in a way. Are you suffering from depression, bro? I'm here to talk if you need it. Had to be around somebody. You doing okay, man?
Oh?
Robert thinks for a second and lights another cigarette.
Hey.
Been doing a lot of thinking. He takes a long drag. As I get older, I feel more and more that I'm just drowning in this sea of regret. I get so busy chasing after these things that I thought would make me happy that I didn't think about anyone else. All I cared about was myself. I didn't even think. Robert stops. I wait for him to finish his thought, but he just stares at the road. Maybe I'm just built like this. Maybe I do it to myself. Maybe it's my own choice that I'm as unhappy as I am. I try to think of something to say. I remember all the times in my life when I've been sad. There's been a great many of them. But there's always a light at the end of the tunnel, something I held on to that kept me going. But there's something so resigned about the way Robert's talking. That sucks. I'm glad you told me. Maybe we deserve to be eaten by the Dover ghost. I'm glad you told me. It must have taken a lot for you to want to tell somebody this. You're a mysterious guy, Robert. You don't have to be. Do you ever wish you were a better father? I think about it for a second. All the time. You can read all the parenting books you want, but nothing will ever prepare you for raising a child. There's so much stuff I regret or wish that I could have done better, but I don't have the answers. I don't know if anyone does. It's funny. I look at you and your relationship with your daughter, and it seems perfect. It isn't. At least you're there for her. I stare out the window at the blur of passing trees. I just hope I'm a better father to my kid than my dad was to me. What'd your dad do? It's more about what he didn't do. He was quiet, stoic, didn't think he ever once told me he loved me. He cared more about his work than he ever did about me or my mom.
I don't know.
Do you hate him? No, I used to, but after I became a parent, I just kind of feel bad for him. He missed out on my whole childhood. When I think about all the happiest moments in my life, they're all with Amanda and Alex, and he just wasn't there. It hurt like hell when I had to leave him to die in that Belarusian prison.
Whoa.
What? I turn and smile at him. No, he's retired in Florida with my mom. We go there every Christmas. We both break out in laughter. He pats me on the shoulder. We drive the rest of the way in silence, listening to the radio and watching the bright lights of the city grow bigger. Robert drops me off at my place, and as I'm about to close the passenger door, I realize that I still have Robert's pocket knife in my jacket. I pull it out and offer it back to him. You hold on to that. Never know when you might need it. Night, Robert. Have a safe drive home. Robert smirks and pulls away. He then immediately pulls into his driveway, which is one over from mine. He gets out and waves. Why didn't we just drive into his driveway and then I walk home? Anyway, I tiptoe into the house, careful not to wake Amanda up. Whoa, where'd you come from? I look around and spot Amanda coming out of the kitchen with a glass of water. I thought you were sleeping. Oh, Robert woke me up to go cryptid hunting. You know the Mothman is bullshit, right? Amanda, language. You know what? It's fine. I think about the conversation I had with Robert in the car as Amanda starts walking towards her room. Hey, Amanda? She stops. I love you. It's weird when you say it outright and sincerely like that, but I love you too. Night. I chuckle to myself, then finally decide to go to bed. Yeah! Goofy, family fun, whiskey, crime, knife, Tom Waits.
I like you a lot.
I'm glad you like me a lot. That was really, really quiet. I had to decipher what he said. Alright, cool. I'm glad you like me. Alright. Third date. Here we go. I'm sure. Let's see what we can do. Haven't spoken to Robert since that night we drove out to his thinking spot. He seemed unusually somber then, like, more so than usual amount of somber that Robert is, which is already a lot. I've been thinking about him and hope he's doing okay, but I've been a little reluctant to reach out to him. Freckris. Hey, Freckris. Guess who's getting their drink on tonight? I take a look at my dad book messages. There's a flurry of them from Robert. Guess. It's you. It me. Also be me, but mostly you. Yeah, dude. Right now? Why? Yeah, dude. I type back to Robert. Robert, buddy, tonight we ride. Yes. Meet me at Jim and Kim's at 8 p.m. Not that I'm unappreciative, but I think this is the first time that Robert's given me more than an hour's warning before hanging out. Yeah, nice. Amanda! Amanda pops her head into the hallway, music I don't recognize blaring from her room. What's up? I'm hanging out with Robert later tonight. Okay, cool. Robert, who is my friend. I have friends. I'm happy for you, Dad. People enjoy my company, Amanda. They do. I promise. Dad, I'm so happy for your continued development as a human being. What do you listen to? Sad shit. Amanda, language. What would Grandma think? I don't give a fuck anymore. Amanda, language. Sad stuff, sweetie.
Dad.
Holy stuff. Lay off me, Pops. Amanda goes back to her room and turns up the volume to her sad stuff. I put on my going out coat and walk over to Jim and Kim's. I spot Robert leaning against the brick wall smoking a cigarette. As I get closer, I realize that he looks a little different. Cleaner, I guess? He actually seems like he combed his hair and his clothes are less wrinkled than usual. Hey. Hey. You take a shower just for me? Working on my relationship with existence. We both stand there for a second and don't say anything. Robert finishes his cigarette and abruptly goes inside. I follow him. By the time I get inside, Robert's already at the bar ordering 2 whiskeys. I spot a booth in the back and claim it for us. Robert slides in and hands me a glass. To you, to us, to toast? To you. Here's to your continued existence. We clink whiskeys and I watch him sip his, rather than his traditional approach of slamming the whiskey back as quickly as possible. So what's the plan for tonight? Hit some other bars, maybe grab some pizza. I think we'll kill some time before we go burn down that old abandoned house in the woods. It's definitely not as fun if it's abandoned. Mary pops over the back of the booth, a glass of wine in her hand. She punches Robert in the shoulder. Where was my phone call? Sorry, I figured you were busy sinking your teeth into some poor sap. I am, he's right here. I look around his booth to see a guy sitting across from her. He waves meekly. You replacing me with the new kid? Mary, I can never replace you, whether I wanted to or not. Mary leaves her booth and slides next to Robert. The guy she was sitting with looks mildly relieved. She eyes Robert's clean-pressed clothes up and down suspiciously. What, you got a court date coming up? He does. He looks handsome. He'd never convince the jury. He would have to shave first. Seriously though, what's up with you? Robert stares down at his drink, suddenly looking serious. It's Pappy. Doctors say it's cirrhosis of the liver. I told the old bag of bones to quit it with the sauce, but it's all he's ever known, especially since Ma's gone. That's why I invited you out tonight. Just didn't want to be alone. Oh, come on. Freckris, don't be an asshole. You know the one thing Robert doesn't joke about is his Pappy. Whoops. I've given him 2 months. I gotta help him straighten out his affairs. Robert, I'm so sorry. Robert takes a long look at his whiskey, eyeing it in the dim glow of the bar's lights. I look at his life and then I look at mine and I know history is just doomed to repeat itself. Oh my god. Just kidding. He's retired with his new girlfriend in Acapulco. They watch the sunset every night, probably screw like donkeys. Wait, aren't rabbits the one that screw a lot? Oh, sorry, I didn't realize you were an expert on which animals screw a lot. I am.
Come on.
Please stop saying the word screw. Robert finishes his drink and slides it away from him. He gets up out of the booth. Me and Freckris are gonna hit the bricks. You coming with? Mary casts one last glance at the sad sap she's been hunting and downs the rest of her wine in one gulp. This place is dead anyways. We exit the bar and find the typically empty street filled with a small crowd of people. At the front is a guy with a really deliberate attitude and bad posture. He carries a lantern that he shines up at his face for dramatic effect. What's going on? Looks like it's one of those walking ghost tours. They do that in this part of town all the time. I always wanted to do one of those. You know, all the stories are fake, right? Pretty much all of my stories are fake. This is research. Robert makes a beeline towards the back of the group. He turns around when he notices that I'm not following him. Come on! We can't just crash it, can we? Don't be such a square. Freckris, just act like you belong. Robert sidles up to the tour group. I reluctantly fall into step behind him. Well, here goes nothing. Oh god. Hey, it was in this place in 1694 that the most infamous witch trials were held. To date, we do not know the people burned at the stake were actually witches, but it is widely reported that their ghosts still haunt this hapless dive bar to this very day. It was actually 1692. What? And the site was over by the coffee shop down the road. I'm sorry, who are you? Daniel McSturgis, ghost historian. This is my colleague, Dr. 80s reference, 90s reference, 2000s reference, contemporary reference. I gotta go with my favorite. It's the 80s reference. Dr. Loomis, paranormal investigator extraordinaire. We're touring America's most haunted locations as research for our new book. You may have seen our guest cameo on Paranormal House Hunters Extreme Edition. A couple of people in the group start nodding. Man, Robert's good at this. Are you guys part of the group? I don't remember seeing you at the first stop. We like to keep a low profile. Easier to catch ghosts that way. They've definitely been here. I've been standing next to them the whole time. Thanks, Mary. Thank you, random lady who I do not know. As I was saying, the epicenter of paranormal activity can be found at the Coffee Spoon, over there. Man who runs it's been plagued by haunting since he signed the lease, damn near driven him mad. But whatever you want to say is cool, I guess. It's your tour. Man, didn't know that about Matt. Wait, Robert's making this up. The rest of the tour group listens intently to Robert's every word. I think the tour guide can tell that he's losing the group. He seems to be getting flustered. Thank you for your contribution and knowledge, Mr. McSturgis. Let's move on to the next haunted location. Robert, Mary, and I follow the group down the street. A tour guide's shirt is cool. Yeah, everyone in the group gets one if we make it to the final location. I turn to Robert and grab him by the shoulders. I need that t-shirt. Well, I guess we're in it for the long haul then. Just follow my lead. Don't arouse too much suspicion and we'll have cool ghost shirts in no time.
Hey,
I didn't see if he didn't have a different shirt. Anyway, our group arrives in an old decrepit colonial-style house. A quick pause in the tour. My name is Quinn, but most people on the ghost tour circuit call me Tourmaster Quinn. I'm a DJ, trivia master, and part-time actor. I do private ghost hunting events, birthday parties, MC bar mitzvahs, and perform traditional vaudevillian mime work. Tourmaster Quinn gives out a headshot to all of us. His resume is on the back. Okay, I mean, get it where you can. Stage combat experience. Anyway, here's a little bit of history for you all. This was the home of noted American author Dorothy Pembridge, whose prose was widely popular in the late 19th century. It was in the attic of every home where she wrote such classics as, of this very home, classics as The Diaries of a Victorian Mistress, Lady Fitzwilliam's Courtship, and The Ghost of Sea Captain Reginald Berkeley. She unfortunately died of consumption shortly after the turn of the century, but several people have reported that on some nights you can see a light from the attic where the ghost of Miss Pembridge continues to work on her latest bestseller. I guess you could say she was consumed by her work.
I am sad.
He's doubly sad because he got no reaction. This guy needs to work on his dad jokes. Actually, consumption is a popular cover-up. Little known fact is that it was a murder-suicide.
Hey!
I'm pretty sure she died of consumption. Sure, and we definitely didn't hire Stanley Kubrick to elaborately fake the moon landing. That's the watered-down censored version they teach you in school, but if you can't handle the real story, I understand. It's not for the faint of heart. Can we...
So sad.
I think everyone would much rather hear what this world-renowned ghost historian has to say, right, everybody? The group murmurs in agreement. It's a topic we cover extensively in our book. Dr. Loomis, would you care to tell this story? Riff something highbrow, go with something I know, rely on amazing improv and comedy skills, which I don't have. Go with something I know. In the 19th century, Dorothy Pembridge was credited for protecting New York City from potentially world-ending paranormal forces. Despite her success, her ragtag group of ghost hunters were disbanded by government officials. However, after learning that the ghost of Vigo the Carpathian has taken an interest in her son and her and her ghost-busting friends launched a mission to defeat the ghost and once again save New York City. Vigo the Carpathian. Vigo, you are like buzzing of flies to him. Ghostbusters 2. Hey, is that the plot to... Nope, it's not. The tour guide sees this as an opportunity to take back the group and addresses us with some razzle-dazzle. Haha, what an interesting story! Now, I just want everyone to know the next location is extremely terrifying. If anyone thinks they can't handle it, feel free to excuse yourselves. Alright, I'm bored. Mary turns to a young guy looking at his phone and taps him on the shoulder. Hey, kid, fancy buying a gal a drink? Guy looks up at her and smiles. Only if the bar is haunted. Honey, I can show you the most haunted place in town. I think I can exorcise your demons, if that's what you're looking for.
Hey, checks your dick can't cash.
Don't write checks your dick can't cash, kid. His eyes go wide. Mary salutes me and Robert. She suddenly pulls me into a hug and murmurs into my ear. When you've known Rob for as long as I have, you know when something's wrong. Keep an eye on him for me tonight, okay? Sure, Mary. Good man. Mary pats me on the back and pulls away. She takes the guy's hand and leads him down the street.
Hey.
Take it sleazy, fellas. God help that poor soul. Mary or the kid? Oh, the kid. Both.
Hey.
Both? Our last stop, this burial ground. What just happened? Did that change, or did I just lose my mind? Our last stop, this burial ground is such a hotbed of horrifying paranormal activity that I'm not even sure where to begin. There's the wailing ghost of the wharf man, the vampire of Maple Bay, the children of the moonlight. What about the Dover ghost? By this point, the tour guide is clearly irritated with us. What about it? Oh, nothing. I just think it'd be a crime to come all the way out to the cemetery, the actual origin of one of New England's most notorious paranormal entities, and not even mention the infamous Dover ghost. That's not a real thing. That's absolutely not a real thing. I think someone needs to brush up on their paranormal history. I know tons about paranormal history. I know every ghost story in this area. I can guarantee there's one you don't know. Robert looks over at me and smiles. Do you folks care to hear the tale of how Loomis and I met? No. The entire group shushes the tour guide. Okay, fine, tell the story. Well, it was a dark and stormy night. Wasn't always a paranormal investigator. Way back when, I was just a Bible salesman, traveling grifter, carnival barker. I like Bible salesman. Bible salesman. Traveling around the state, not only spreading the good word, but becoming closer to the man upstairs myself. I happened upon the quiet town of Maple Bay quite by accident, but little did I know that this city has a dark side. Now, about the same time, I was just starting out as an apprentice to the rather famous ghost hunter, who was an old family friend of mine. Carried the equipment, operated the EVP machine, all that stuff. Wait. Yes? Who was the famous ghost hunter? Well, I don't like to name drop, but Georgia Mathers. Tour group gasps. Georgia Mathers? She's a legend. You know her? Knew her. Amazing woman. Died mysteriously. Miss you, Georgie. Anyway, we're here in Maple Bay investigating some reports of strange lights and sounds coming from the cemetery late at night. Now, we had been warned by the old crypt keeper that this place was highly dangerous, but Georgia was never one to shy away from an adventure. We camped out in the center of the cemetery for 3 nights straight. We endured your so-called wailing watchman. Wailing ghost of the wharfman. Whatever, your stupid vampire was just a teenager in a mask, but the Dover ghost, man. Tell him, Loomis. So, there I was, just walking back to my hotel after a long day of selling Bibles. Working a couple short cons, running the dunk tank, selling Bibles. Saving souls and selling Bibles, also saving a couple of Bibles, but never selling any souls, except my own, but that's another story. I lean over to Tourmaster Quinn. Won it back in the fiddle competition. Gold fiddle and all. Found myself walking past this very cemetery. Now, I was never a very superstitious man, but something seemed off. I could hear some sort of commotion happening deep within the graveyard, and I felt compelled to investigate. And thank God you did. George and I were conducting a seance in the mausoleum. At first, things were pretty normal, but after about an hour, everything went south. Playing back the EVP meter, we were able to hear a single word. Run. The air suddenly went cold. Something was very, very wrong. I just knew we weren't alone. We started to hear this faint, distant scraping noise, like something being dragged across the ground. It got louder and louder until it was deafening, some kind of demented howl. And then I felt it. Something, grabbing my ankle. Robert has a whole crowd, hook, line, and sinker. You could hear a pin drop. I only cried twice in my life. Once was at the birth of my daughter. The other was when that thing started dragging me. Wasn't sure where it was taking me, but I knew it was no place I wanted to go. I was sure I was going to die. The moment I crossed the gate into the cemetery, I heard this god-awful screeching. I ran into the mausoleum just in time to see a man being pulled across the floor by... God, to this day, the mere thought of it ties my stomach into knots. It looked like a man, but like... I glanced at Robert. Like someone who didn't know what a man was supposed to look like tried to put one together. The arms were too long, its eyes glowed red. It was like a walking shadow. What did I do? What any good person would do. I lunged for... Shoot, what was his fake name again? What? No! I thought it was Daniel. It's Daniel Avadaniel. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Daniel. Daniel. I grabbed his hand and I entered into a tug of war with the unholiest of forces. Thought I was gonna be torn in half. But I had God on my side. The pocket Bible I always kept on me fell out of my shirt pocket, and to this day I can remember what passage it opened up to. Leviticus, Revelations, Ecclesiastes, Austin 3:16. I don't know these. I don't know what they are. Let me find out what they are so that I know what I'm picking. So hold on a sec. Ugh. Okay, it's Leviticus 2:5. If your grain offering is prepared on a griddle, it is to be made of the finest flour mixed with oil and without yeast. Revelation 1:3, blessed is the one who reads aloud the words of this prophecy, and blessed are those who hear it and take to heart what is written in it, because the time is near. I like that one. Kinda. Alright, and then Ecclesiastes? I don't know that one. Anyway. And Ecclesiastes 12:7, and the dust returns to the ground it came from, and the spirit returns to God who gave it. Well, that one sounds like the one to banish a dang ghost, if you ask me. So I'm gonna go with Ecclesiastes, or however you say it. I'm sorry. It's been a long time since I've done the book song. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto God who gave it. I have no idea where Robert pulled that verse from, but it's absolutely correct. You are correct. With a horrifying growl, the entity finally relented. Daniel and I collapsed to the ground, exhausted. We were both covered in blood. That damn creature clawed into my chest, got me real good. Had to get 16 stitches. Robert pulls down the collar of his shirt to reveal a long, wicked scar across his pecs. That's how I got this scar. Followed Georgia Mathers to the ends of the earth, and we faced exorcisms, demons, poltergeists that threw our equipment across the room, but I had never seen Georgia so scared. She was never the same after that, and neither was I. Watching what happened to Daniel and Georgia shook my faith, but I came out of that experience a better man and a better friend. We've been brothers ever since. Tour group gives us a round of applause as Robert and I share an emotional hug. As he embraces me, I can smell the cologne on his neck. Wow, Robert does clean up good. I find myself lingering a little too long on the hug. Tour guide seems to have bought it. Even he's wiping a tear from his eyes. Thank you. It's an honor to be able to share our story. Be sure to watch out for our book, Paranormal Excursions of the Supernatural Ice Road Truckers. I Saw a Demon, the shocking true story of seeing a demon. The bro's guide to the hottest ghosts. I'm gonna go with I Saw a Demon. Robert has to suppress a laugh at that one. Well, I think we both definitely earned your t-shirts. Tour guide hands us the coveted t-shirts. He then slips us both his business card and leans in close. If you guys ever need a professional actor, balloon animal artist, Elvis impersonator, or nude model, please don't hesitate to contact me. You got it, buddy. After a couple tourists take selfies with us, we split away from the group and walk home. I'm now a celebrity. That was incredible. I really can't believe they bought all of that. I didn't know you had it in you, Freckris. Excuse me, Dr. Loomis. That bit about the pocket Bible was aces, although given the Dover ghost glowing red eyes was a little cliche. And the Kubrick conspiracy theory wasn't? All part of the character. Well, we got the shirts out of it. We arrive in front of Robert's house. Wanna have a drink? Is that even a question? You trying to poison me? Nah, I'm good. It's not even a question. Robert, how long have you known me for? Do you really think I would turn down the opportunity to share a fine alcoholic beverage with my treasured friend and accomplice, Mr. Robert Bobbert Small? If you ever call me Bobbert again, I will kick you right in the shins. Both of them. And you can expect an angry phone call from my orthopedist in the morning. Bobbert. Robert just laughs and starts unlocking his door. My shins live to die another day. Robert leads me inside. I can't help but think about what Mary said to me. Robert did seem a little bit off, but that completely disappeared when we were joking around with the ghost tour. I don't know. He's hard to read. While I'm thinking, I hear claws skittering across the floor. Oh god, it's his pit bull. I'm about to be torn to shreds. Pit bulls aren't that scary. I shut my eyes tight and brace for impact. Betsy, hey, be nice. I don't feel anything but tiny paws scratching at my shoes. I open my eyes. Betsy? Robert's dog jumps away from me, running around in circles and sniffing Robert's legs. He pats her on the head. Hey, that's not a pit bull. That's the cutest, dumbest Boston Terrier I've ever seen. Betsy, you're not a pit bull? And you weren't taken by the Dover ghost? Betsy's made of tougher stuff than that, ain't you, girl? Betsy rolls over from some well-deserved belly rubs. I just keep a picture of a large pit bull in my wallet in case of emergencies. Comedic emergencies. We make our way to Robert's living room. For a quiet man with arguably the oldest pickup truck that can be legally driven, his place is amazing. There are sleek modern appliances throughout the room with a big flat-screen TV mounted on the wall. He has shelves upon shelves of DVDs. Guess he wasn't lying about being really into cinema. He pours us both glasses of whiskey from a well-stocked bar in the corner while Betsy curls up on a pile of cushions. So, how did you really get that scar? Don't tell me you got it fishing for Alaskan king crabs in the Bering Sea or something. You trained me too well. Robert laughs and takes a sip of his drink. My daughter and I were riding our bikes. I hit a rock, flew over the handlebars, and then we went to the hospital, and that's it. Not a very interesting story. Never heard you talk about your daughter. Well, I have one. That's her. He points at a picture on the wall, a very serious little girl with dark eyes. Yep, that's definitely Robert's daughter. How old is she? 25, 26? Not too sure. Does she live around here? No, Val lives back home in Brooklyn. Works at some new media online magazine thing. Makes buckets, though. He suddenly seems really serious. I probably shouldn't press him about it. You like Santana? Yes.
Hi.
Great. Robert puts on Santana and then takes a seat on the couch next to me. He suddenly downs his drink in one gulp. Hey, are you alright?
Hi.
Robert leans in and kisses me, the taste of whiskey burning my lips. I'm surprised at first, but slowly relax into his arms. He pulls away slightly, his lips barely brushing against my mouth. I am now. Can't say anything, at best managing a sigh. Robert leans in again, kissing me harder. He pulls my bottom lip between his teeth and bites lightly, sliding a hand under my shirt. My heart pounds in my chest as he lies us both down on the couch. He kisses a trail down my neck, his teeth grazing my skin. I just... Wait? It's not that. Robert bites down and I have to stifle a moan. Stop. Robert stiffens up and pulls away. No biting? No, I'm more than okay with that. Something's up. Robert runs a hand through his hair and looks away. I'm fine, I've just been kind of stressed out. Tired, not a big deal. Push it. Listen, I want this as badly as you do, but I know something's wrong. I need to make sure that you're okay. Robert stares at the ground. You don't know me that well, Freckris. I'm not a good person. He takes a deep breath. Spent my whole life only taking and now here I am, an old broken man sitting on top of a pile of everything I've ever taken alone. But I want you to know, you don't have to keep hiding behind fake stories and acting like you don't have feelings. He sighs heavily. It's Val. She's visiting tomorrow. She wants to patch things up. Are you, I'm sorry, but is this a bit? No. When was the last time you saw her? 3, 4, I think. Oh, when she was 3 or 4? Dang, no wonder you're like, just not in the right headspace about this. Months? Years. Oh, okay. No, just 3 or 4 years ago. Okay, that's the normal one. But I thought it was going to be kind of a joke played at us, but not him telling a joke. Like, 3 or 4. No, like, when she was 3 or 4. I sit up straight. Jesus, Robert, what happened between you two? I don't want to talk about it. Robert and I sit in silence, neither of us wanting to look at each other, both of us unsure what to do next. Fine. Things were already bad between us. I cared about her. I always did. Things just got in the way, and before I knew it, she was leaving for college, wanting nothing to do with me. Meryl and I had moved out here to settle down. We thought it would help to get away from all the distractions, all the money, the drinking. But temptation gets to you. I tried to be better, but I just couldn't. And then, the accident. Changed everything. I think every day about how she must have died hating me. Oh. I never became the better man that she wanted me to be, the one she always saw in me. She was the last thread Val and I had connecting us together. I didn't know that when I lost my wife, I was going to lose my daughter too. Robert, I spent so much time chasing after things I thought were going to make me happy that I ruined the only real chance at happiness. Now my wife is dead and my daughter hates me. And then I convinced myself that this... He gestures vaguely in my direction. It's gonna make me happy. Why do I even try anymore? I'm so sorry. I know how hard it is to... No, you don't. How could you possibly know how this feels? You did everything right. Your daughter loves you. You're a good person. I was a terrible husband. I mean, even worse father. I have no idea why she's even bothering to contact me now. I know I'm just gonna fuck it up like I always do. I'm broken. I shouldn't even go. Robert puts his head in his hands. Tell him what he wants to hear. Tell him what he needs to hear. Walk away. I'll tell him what he needs to hear. Nothing's gonna change until you do. Robert pauses. He looks at me. There are a lot of things in life that I regret, that I wish I could take back or do over, and it hurts so much to know that I can't. But what I can do, and what you have the privilege of doing tomorrow morning, is to wake up and try to be a better person than you were the day before. Things aren't going to fix themselves tomorrow or the next day, and patching things up with Val isn't going to solve all of your problems either, but nothing is going to change if you don't. And you can't love anyone else until you stop hating yourself. And you're right, I don't know you that well, but you have the same capacity for good that we all have, and I know you can find it. Val is giving you a chance, don't waste it. But, Robert, listen to me, it's gonna be okay. But... I lean over and embrace Robert, pulling him in as tightly as I can. He buries his head into my shoulder, hugging me back. It's gonna be okay. I place a hand on the back of his head and stroke his hair. He shudders, then sobs, and I realize that he's crying. Thank you. We stay for a little while, holding each other. We both eventually drift off to sleep. Aw. Baby boomer. It's like itty bitty.
You're a straight shooter. I like that.
So, I didn't get, superior ranks on the last two, but that's okay. I got pretty good anyway. Yeah, personally, I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. I'm definitely gonna tell you exactly what you need to hear, and a lot of people tend to not like that about me, but that's okay. You'll either learn and listen, or continue to fuck yourself up. Yep. Walker, over Mary, is having a lively conversation with Amanda. Listen, kid, you're gonna need some real-life skills out there if you're gonna make it out on the streets. I'm going to college. Same thing. Look, I know you're not old enough to drink, right? And I know you're smart enough to not to drink until you're of legal age. Uh-huh. But hypothetically, if you were to drink, it'd behoove you to drink a glass of water between rounds. Got it. Hypothetically. And if you wake up with a headache, all you gotta do is take a jar of pickles and drink the pickle juice. You're gonna be fine. What's going on here? Girl talk. Mary turns back to Amanda. Now let me tell you about how to deal with a bad roommate. First thing to know, you get straight A's if they die during the semester. Yeah, it's true. Don't kill your roommate. Don't do it. But you do get straight A's. Mary! Relax, it's a myth. Supposedly. Against my better judgment, I leave them be. I don't think I recognize that girl by the snack table. I should go say hello. Hi, I don't think we've met. Oh, we've met years ago. And I'm here for my revenge. Well, I mean, she's obviously related to Robert. It's probably Val. You're Robert's kid, aren't you? Spot on. I guess that makes you Freckris, huh? Yeah, it's nice to meet you. I'm glad Robert brought you along. He promised there would be free food, so that's kind of hard to pass up. And look, I don't know you, but can I get real with you for a sec? My old man's a real closed book, you know? Me and him, we got a long way to go. You don't erase decades of neglect in a week, but you sure can get tired of staying angry about it. That kind of bitterness, it poisons you, I think. I'm too young for that. Anyway, lately he's been better. A lot better. And between him shaving for once and how much he talks about you, I get the feeling you have something to do with it. So, thanks. Robert means a lot to me. I'm glad he's getting better. Just keep an eye on him while I'm not around, okay? Or else... What? I'm kidding. Or am I? I don't know why I'm like this. I think it runs in the family. Amanda trots up to the conversation. Hey, I love your necklace. And your hair. And just, geez, your whole vibe is cool. Thanks. I like your jacket. My girlfriend collects pins too. Oh, this is my daughter, Amanda. Amanda, this is Robert's daughter, Val. Nice meeting you. I heard you're a photographer. Aspiring photographer. I'm going to school for it. You take pictures? Yes. Then you're a photographer. Welcome to the biz. Val hands Amanda a business card. If you're ever looking for internships, shoot me an email. Anyway, I need to go make friends with that woman over there who's dual-wielding wine glasses. Catch you later. Val walks away. She's so cool, she gave me your business card. She touched my hand. Congrats, you just networked for the first time. I'm a regular business lady now. Quarterly projections, stock market, synergy. Power pose. While you're making a fortune as a businesswoman, I gotta keep this party going. Catch you around, Pops. I take a seat next to Robert as the last guests make their way out of the party. Hey. Hey. Robert gestures vaguely to the snack table. Good stuff. Yep. So, I had a chance to talk to Val.
Hi.
She physically threatened you? Yeah. That's my girl. She said you've been doing better. Trying to work on the vices. I also showered today. We sit in silence for a moment. You know, every day for me is a battle against my own self-destructive habits. But, lately, it's gotten a little easier. Thanks for talking some sense into me. It's hard to get things through my thick skull sometimes, but what you said that night has actually helped. I'm glad.
Oh.
I like you, Freckris. I like you a lot. I haven't felt this way about someone in a long time. I lean in and kiss him for a moment before he pulls away. He takes my hand in his. You're special to me. But I have some stuff I need to work on, emotionally, before I can get into anything romantic with you. You deserve better than who I am right now. I need to be on my own for a bit, figure some things out. Of course. I think what you need right now is a friend, and I'm very happy to be that for you. Thank you, that means a lot to me. And if you're ever ready for more than that, you know where to find me. Let's hunt ghosts sometime? I would love that. Put my head on his shoulder and we watch the sun slowly dip below the horizon together. Yeah, alright. Okay. I like it. It's not as bad as how everyone said. Like, oh, you can't romance him. It's like, I romanced him. I'm a maybe for later, and that's better than a never. I still get a photo though. See, I got the good ending. I'll chill out with him on the. Oh, he carved his baby. That's awesome. He carved a doggo. All right. So that is the end of Dream Daddy. That is what I'm going to do of it. That is how that's going to be. I hope you've enjoyed this journey. I really enjoyed it. I loved the jokes. I loved being able to do everything that I was able to do. I thought it was great because most of the comedy of the Dad Sona is exactly the comedy I would use anyway. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, hi, I'm Dad. So thank you very much for joining me. Check out annotations for other videos that I've done. Share, subscribe, and socialize, and all that other fun stuff in the YouTubes down there. Hopefully I'll see you in my next video, and my freckly face is out of here. Bye.